After meeting with the mountain gorillas of Bwindi, there was one last creature we desperately wanted to see in Uganda. The shoebill, a strange and static bird, prehistoric looking. And seeing one in the wild had become one of our goals of this journey. But finding and getting close to one was far from guaranteed. パックランチはこんな感じです。じゃあ、バンピーの道でランチを食べようとしてます。After our unforgettable encounter with the mountain gorillas, it was time to leave Bwindi. But our journey through western Uganda wasn't over yet. Our next destination was Lake Bunyonyi. 今からボートに乗るらしいです。So we came to Bunyonyi Lake, which is a lake 900 meters deep. I know. Often described as one of Africa's most beautiful lakes, Lake Bunyonyi is also said to be the second deepest lake in Africa. The area is home to an incredible variety of birds, and on the boat ride across the lake, we spotted a couple of Uganda's national birds, the grey-crowned crane. Surrounded by steep green hills, the lake is scattered with dozens of small islands. Our home for the night was one of them, Itambira Island, a small, peaceful island in the middle of the lake, and probably one of the quietest places we stayed during this entire journey. After several intense days of safari, trekking and very long drives, this felt like the perfect place to slow down. We had planned to explore the lake to do some bird watching. At least, that was the plan, because shortly after arriving, it started to pour rain. もうお湯が全然出ません。水。ここの宿かわいいし、データがある。
ちゃんと見た目通りの味してる。
おいしい。
味めっちゃ薄い。
薄い。
なんだか塩がしてる。
チキンケバブ。パンケーキ、バナナ、チョコレート。明日は街に戻ります。おやすみなさい。It was already time to leave. Sabareko, Oriocha, my friends.
Gently, Oriocha munywanyi.
OK. 今日はエンテベまでドライブするからあまり別にアクティビティとか何もないので、10時間ぐらいかかるから、ドライバーのアディソンさんに頑張ってもらおう。
I'm going to drive.
So be careful.
Of course, as usual.
In the early morning, we did some bird watching and were lucky enough to spot a group of grey-crowned cranes. Grey-crested crane. With their elegant golden crowns, they look almost regal. Ahead of us was something we had become very familiar with in Uganda, a very, very long drive. And once again, Uganda had another surprise waiting for us. This time, it was the fog. It was so dense that we could barely see a few meters ahead of the car. Fortunately, the sky gradually cleared and we settled in for the long journey back to Entebbe, about 10 hours of driving. By this point, we had spent so much time in this car that it was starting to feel like our second home, although I'm not sure our backs would agree. Along the way, we made one final stop at the equator line at Kayabwe. 休憩終わったからあと2時間半ぐらいでホテルに着くはずです。And after another couple hours on the road, we finally made it back to Entebbe. We spent the night at Via Via Entebbe. やっとホテルに着きました。Even in town, wildlife is all around. 何してんの？え？キモいよ。We had dinner at the hotel's restaurant, which turned out to be quite lively. いかがでしょうか？普通？温かいシャワー浴びて寝ようと思います。おやすみ。
みんな元気やな、あんなずっと喋って。
We called it a day because the following morning we had one final mission. Let's go for the Mabamba Swamp. Uganda is considered one of the best places in the world to see shoebills in the wild. And one of the most famous places to search for them is Mabamba Swamp. From Entebbe, it took us half an hour to reach Lake Victoria's shore. From there, we boarded a small boat. After 45 minutes, we reached Busi Mabamba, where we switched to a smaller motorized canoe.
Historical bird that has a lifespan of over 35 years. Yes, and it is quite a very big bird which can fly. Okay, these ones are long-toed lapwing plovers. Yes, the reason why we are not stopping is that because of the temperatures, because of the sun and the wind, they are very sensitive to the shoebill.
The swamp was full of other birds, but our guides were eager to keep moving, as the chances of spotting a shoebill decrease once the sun gets higher. From here, the search began. Papyrus began surrounding us. The engine stopped, and the trackers switched to something much quieter. Sticks. In Japanese, we say gambatte. Gambatte, Gerald. Gerald is you.
Now this is what you call that
tricky.
もうあんな大変だと思わなかったな。すっげえ。
Ah!
Ah shit, stick. At first, finding a shoebill didn't sound particularly difficult. I mean, this is a bird that can stand over a meter tall. How hard could it be? Apparently, quite hard. Mabamba is a vast wetland covered in thick papyrus and narrow waterways, making it hard to progress amongst the dense vegetation. And somewhere around this point, I started to realize we had made a small mistake. まだまだシュービルが見当たらない。で、めちゃくちゃ暑いです。We forgot to bring sunscreen. これやばいな。Sunscreen. Then something changed. And now it was even harder as the trackers were pushing the canoe by hand deeper into the swamp, moving silently through the papyrus. あんな行くの大変だと思ってなかったわな。好きやな。And there it was. The shoebill. Standing tall and perfectly still, it looked like something from another era. What makes the sighting even more special is how rare they are. Here in Mabamba, only around 15 individuals have been recorded. We simply stayed there, trying to appreciate our final wildlife encounter in Uganda. So we are thinking
ハシビロコウを見れた感動よりこの人たちがどれだけの労力を使ってハシビロコウを店に行ってくれてるかの方に感動してしまう。
We're stuck in the swamp. Eventually, it was time to leave. Our guide pushed us back through the papyrus, and slowly the swamp opened up again. Our final wildlife search in Uganda was over.
It is very faithful to the sun. Yes.
Except Uganda wasn't completely finished with us yet. Back in Entebbe, we had one final day before our flight. We made a quick stop at Victoria Mall to buy some souvenirs.
ビクトリアモールに来ました。スーパーマーケットは実は
カラフルでした。
カフォー。みゆきが海外のスーパーに行くのとても楽しいらしいです。僕は欲しい。
楽しい。
For lunch, we went to Nepalaya, a Nepali restaurant. I ordered a beef steak with fries, perfectly cooked, while Miyuki chose a fish biryani. And honestly, it was delicious.
What is your dish?
めっちゃ美味しい。
Ending our tour with such a satisfying meal felt like a great way to wrap up the culinary side of the journey.
Our safari tour with Dav Safari has just ended. So we were not too terrible guests.
No, you were good and lovely guests.
Not too much caillou.
Not too much.
After lunch, Addison drove us to our final accommodation in Uganda, or what we thought would be the final, the Rain Eco Beach Resort. We said goodbye to Addison. After 8 days together on the road, this really marked the end of our safari tour.
で今夜泊まる宿 The Rain Eco Beach Resort です。
かわいいね。
The resort itself consisted of small cottages divided into 2 rooms. The rooms are very comfortable with air conditioning, shower with good water pressure, and hot water. All the comforts we had come to appreciate. Located on the shores of Lake Victoria, the property also offered beautiful views and enough activities to keep you busy if you are not completely exhausted after 8 days of traveling across Uganda. However, the hours at the manager seemed to have a tendency to overprice services such as laundry, taxis, or even charges at checkout. So it's best to double-check conversions yourself. Overall, the stay was comfortable, but these small incidents slightly affected our experience. After a comfortable night, we woke up early, hoping to catch the sunrise over Lake Victoria. But the horizon was covered with clouds.
じゃバレコ曇ってます。おはようルシャ。待っててくれてたね。
We shared a vegan breakfast and then took a Uber to visit the Gorilla Conservation Cafe, a social enterprise that supports gorilla conservation and local communities.
結局
ゴリラのコーヒー変えた。
変えたよ。So this is a message for our guide, Addison.
After that, we headed to the Rolex Guy for an early lunch. In Uganda, a Rolex is a popular street food made of rolled chapati filled with eggs and vegetables. Here, no chapati, as the eggs roll the filling.
ロレックスやって食べます。
And then, it was time to head to the airport. Once at the airport, we waited for our flight. After nearly 12 hours, we finally received the news.
完成されて、今から荷物を再び取りに行ってイミグレーションをもう一回通らないといけない。Welcome to Uganda. 今からどこ行くかもしてわからないけど。
ホテルに泊まるのかもインフォメーションも何も。
Late that night, we were transferred to a hotel near Kampala, which thankfully turned out to be very comfortable. The following day, our journey resumed on a newly scheduled flight rerouted through Rwanda.
Finally boarding.
By that point, the end of the trip had become a little hectic, and all we wanted was to make it back home safely. But despite those final inconveniences, our 8-day safari in Uganda was truly the trip of a lifetime. A little bit more than a week earlier, we had arrived with a very ambitious list. Yet every morning, we woke up with the feeling that Uganda still had something new to show us. This was Uganda, and an adventure we will never forget. Thank you for following our journey, and we'll see you in the next one.